Hello, and welcome to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. No music on the radio, but it will be on the podcast, guys. I'll fix it in
Silent night.
Please don't do that.
Holy
Welcome to the Valley
night.
today. It is Public Safety Thursday, in case you haven't already guessed. Captain Warren Gosnell from the Frederick County Sheriff's Office sitting across from me, serenading us or wassailing. Is that what that is when it's Christmas carols? Is it wassailing?
All is bright. You know, I keep having those dreams, those radio broadcaster dreams, where you're hitting a button and nothing's playing. You need a record or a CD and you can't find one, and there's dead air, which is, folks, that's the term we use for silence when there shouldn't be silence. And today it came true because you're hitting the button. I'm like, this is the anxiety. This is the fear.
Yeah.
And here I am. I'm hitting the button on the table in front of me for you. I'm like, come on. This is the nightmare of the radio broadcaster, and so here it is.
I may have jinxed us because I had a conversation yesterday with Carl Knobloch, my guy from the Small Business Administration. We recorded the show that'll air in a couple of weeks, and we were talking about AI and technology, and I was explaining to him how anti-AI and technology this radio station is, so maybe I jinxed myself.
You know, but there are good things to be said about that, because that is part of the nightmare. Is the fact of if you depend too much on the technology,
keeps you on your toes,
and it's a button push that all you have to do, and you're looking at a screen versus you actually have vinyl in your hands. You actually have a CD in your hands. You have the cart in your hand. It's a physical manifestation of reality that you put into the equipment, and now it's all in this little box right here. All you got to do is push a button, and then when you push the button and nothing happens. That's the nightmare.
But it gives us a really good segue into talking about one of the things that you wanted to discuss today, which is holiday scams, which likely wouldn't happen as easily either without technology.
Well, the holiday scams, and I wanted to talk about technology and how technology and AI has come along, you know, in the last few months especially, to give these bad actors a better chance of getting over on an innocent, unsuspecting victim on the phone. And the holidays, it seems to just increase. Because now everyone's, hi, I'm with the Police Benevolent Association. I'm Captain and we're looking for a donation. Folks, let me tell you, again, and I've said it before, there are plenty of law enforcement officers, officials, administrators, and employees who do charitable work for organizations and may at some point in time be offering you raffle tickets or, you know, would you like to make a donation or something? But they're never going to do it on duty. They're never going to invoke their rank or title and use that as an enticement to get you on board. And we are never, ever going to say, hey, you have a warrant, but you can avoid us coming and taking you to jail for the low price of $500. Hey, today's special is half price, $250, keeps you out of the hooscow. It's just never going to happen. And so what do? They target the more vulnerable, the elderly, the people who may not have the wherewithal to think for a second and be like, hold on. This doesn't make sense. So they select their targets now, and technology is helping them with that. People, we hear about these data breaches, and everybody worries someone's going to steal my identity. Folks, yes, that's a possibility, and yes, it can be very detrimental, and there are people who go through all kinds of a hassle and legal red tape when someone steals their identity and opens up accounts. But a data breach can be as simple as getting your name, your address, and phone number just enough to where they can now get on the phone or put that technology to use and put an AI-generated voice on the phone with a spoofed phone number saying they're from your financial institution and someone is attempting to take funds out of your account. We need to verify, Miss, I wouldn't say McMichaels, Miss Michael, that this is you or not you that's trying to take these funds. Can you confirm the last four of your account number for us? Yes, and now can you give us the last four of your social? Folks, just enough information to make you believe.
Of information.
But it's also enough that now they're able to access your account. Or I'm going to be on the phone with you. Here's what I need you to do. Click on the link that I've sent you now. This is our website. Never click any link.
No,
never
ever.
click
Don't
any
even
link.
click links that come from people that you know.
think you know.
Because it's probably not that person.
And it's a scary thought, and it puts us in a position, well, daggone it. Are you saying I can't trust anyone? I'm saying, no, you can't trust that voice on the other end. You can't trust that text. You got a person standing in front of you, your friend standing in front of you. Hey, Janet, can you loan me 20? Yeah, that might be different.
Right.
But, or someone on the phone, hey, Janet, it's Gaz. Can you Venmo me $20? I hate to ask this. I've had it happen. I had a gentleman I see once a year.
I have heard this story.
For golf trips. And I get an email from him out of the blue saying, hey, Gaz, and that's a trigger. But now, back in the day before social media and everything, if someone used that nickname, it usually meant they knew at least a little something about me or knew someone I knew. Now with social media and all, it's like I got people calling me Gaz, and I'm like, I do not know who you are.
And they don't know you.
Yeah, and my wife just rolls her eyes, and I'm like, look, you're getting me in trouble without knowing you're getting me in trouble. But I get this email, and it says, hey, a nephew of mine purchased an Xbox, yada, yada, yada. I'm looking to get rid of it. I know you like video games. Hey, could you? And so I read the email, and I'm just like, this does not sound like him. In my head, doesn't sound like something he would even do or offer up. And so I called him. I'm like, hey, Tom, did you send me an email? He goes, nope. I said, hey, you need to be aware because I'm sure I'm not the only one getting it. And it's coming from your email address. So they can spoof email addresses. They can spoof it, which means they generate a number that is similar or is the same number. But they have hacked into it, so when you actually click it or call it, it's not going to where you think it goes. And that's why all the financial institutions now, the ones of reputable business practices, all say within their own materials, we will never call and ask you this, or this. Folks, before I forget it because it'll leave my head, stop taking these social media quizzes.
Oh, my gosh,
Do
yes.
you remember your third grade teacher's
Yes.
name? Oh, yeah,
Stop.
I do. Don't show off that you
No.
remember Miss Guess was your
No.
third grade teacher.
You should not be doing that, nor should you be posting your kid's first day of school with their age and their school name and their teacher's
birth
name,
and-
all of that sort of stuff. Stop giving away this valuable information.
If you think about it, folks, and you have any of those accounts, these are security questions that are normally asked, routinely asked, I'll say. Do you remember the name of your sixth grade teacher? And what school did you attend in elementary? What street did you grow up on?
What was the make and model of the first car you ever owned?
And so these are the things, if you ever notice those little quizzes that are so cute and your friends are like, come on, play along, don't. I have reached out to friends because I've seen it in my news feed and I've seen someone I know has responded, which is why I'm seeing it because it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon here. Because someone I know now answered someone I don't know at all, they include it so I can be like, hey, look, Joe did this. Why don't you? And I read it and I'm like, okay, here we go. And if it's somebody I truly know, I have a cell phone number or
Exactly.
somewhere to
And you can
text or
send a
whatever. And
text.
it's like, hey, just letting you know, these questions you've answered, these are security type questions. And if any of those are answers you've used on any of your accounts, I'd go in and I'd change them now. And now companies and organizations offer you a whole different list of different questions you can pick. But it's only a matter of time.
It's still a certain number of questions. And so many of them also ask you for your pets' names, which a lot of people use as their passwords for accounts.
So
I do not. Let's just be clear. My dog's names are not passwords for any of my accounts.
Let me tell you, and we're going to go to the break, and then we're going to come back. I love technology. I am a geek. The strides and everything that we've made since Pong came out And we were too poor. I couldn't afford Pong, but a friend of mine had Pong, and I got to play it, and it was the greatest thing since that came out to now, where I've got a VR headset, my earphones are in, I've got these two handheld things, I can stand up, I can sit down, whatever I want to do in this VR world.
I need Jess to send me a video of this.
She has them. I know she's been taking them. But I geek out, and I love technology. But when we come back, folks, we're going to talk more about how sometimes the things you love can make you miserable.
We're going to do all that when we come back. Public Safety Thursday live in the studio today with Captain Warren Gosnell from the Frederick County Sheriff's Office. Hang in there a couple of more minutes.
Okay. I don't think Janet knows I'm recording this. She just stepped away to get another cup of coffee, so here's my chance. Hey everyone, it's Andy from the United Way of the Northern Shenandoah Valley. And yes, Janet, if you're hearing this, surprise. We're still celebrating the Valley Today's 2500th episode and this awesome community fundraiser you came up with. Here's the deal. Between now and the end of the year, it's Janet's goal to raise $2,500 to support the great work of the nonprofits in this community. If you give just $25 or more, you're going to be entered into a chance to be a guest on the show with Janet. If you give $250 or more, we'll make you a commercial just like this one that will air on the Valley Today podcast. So go to givebutter.com/The Valley Today right now before Janet realizes that I've hijacked her airtime. She's walking back in, cup of coffee in hand, gotta go. Remember to donate between now and the end of the year and support the great work of so many nonprofits and celebrate 2,500 episodes of the Valley Today.
Welcome back to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Lonnie Hill to the rescue.
God bless us, everyone. It is a Christmas miracle.
Although now I have Garth Brooks' The Dance stuck in my head because that was the song that you were referencing earlier. And now I feel a need to have to listen to that
I told
song.
Janet the anxiety dream, the broadcast anxiety dream that I had just a few nights ago, where I'm in the studio, there's nothing playing, I'm trying to get the song queued up. It's supposed to be Garth Brooks' The Dance. I've got a Garth Brooks CD in my hand with nothing else on the label but his name. It's just like, it's real.
Yeah, hey, Public Safety Thursday live in the studio brings all sorts of things when Captain Warren Gosnell is here with us.
Jimmy Lee, Wendy Robbins, Mike Odell, Nikki Ciotti, Scott even. I can name all kinds of DJs I've worked with over the years that are all saying, preach it, brother, because we've all had that dream. Maybe not with Garth Brooks, but you've had that dream where you're trying to get something done and you just can't get it done. And for those of us that have broadcast before, because I thought it was just me for the longest time. And then technology, this social media thing, you can be parts of these, remember Radio Win and all this other stuff. And you read what these people write, you're like, yes, I'm not.
I don't stress out because I know I can fix it in post.
Well, I tell you what, it's one of those things. And so tying into what we were talking about with technology now, I was talking about Pong, the video game Pong. I didn't even mention my first Apple computer, which was this big clunky monitor, a keyboard, and a little floppy disk drive. And it's like the first game I had on that was a Spider-Man game, but there were no animations. Mm-mm. It was all words. Mm-hmm. You walk into a room. To your left, you see this. To the right, you type in what you want to do next. It's like, I guess, Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played that, but from what I understand, you sit around and you roll dice and
create stories as you go.
Yeah, you say what you're about to do.
On Big Bang Theory, but that's as close as I know.
Someone tells you what the result was, and that's what was happening on this computer. Heck, the Commodore 64, I learned how to code in and type my name so my name would just scroll across the screen. Back then.
How old are you?
I'm 62. I'll be 63 in February. So that's.
I like to work that in every couple of months because I know that it is several years older than I am.
You do you. I'm still amazed that I'm able to function the way I am at this age. So.
And have accommodated, you have learned and come along when it comes to technology.
Yes.
You know how I will give you solid props. The videos that you create, spot on. Like, you have figured out how to use that software.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you all the props. You understand how to use a cell phone. You have figured it out and learned as
I don't have the jitterbug.
You don't have the jitterbug. Sorry, Pap.
Well,
he's not really talking to you.
No, or any of you that have to use the jitterbug. It's a great device. Great device.
But you have to know. You have to educate yourself and understand how some of this stuff works so that you don't fall victim to one of these scams.
And that's the sad thing is we have people now who are capable, people who are, they may not be able to write code and reprogram things effortlessly without looking at instructions and such, but they know enough that they are truly functioning in today's world and with today's technology, but not up enough or realizing enough how far technology is stretching, how quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people make fun of it. Look at Star Trek. Back the original in the 60s, the communicator. And you flip it open, it makes the little and you talk on it. Does anybody wonder why our first cell phones were flip phones? Did that have anything to do with someone who used to watch Star Trek took what they learned and thought, hey, this would work in this way? Look at the pads they used on that show. And for those of you who've never watched Star Trek, shame on you. Just sit in the corner for the moment. But they walked around with these pads that were not paper. They were like mechanical. And they would write
iPads.
And now you look at the iPad, and so to think that
look
over
at
these
the Jetsons. Go back even further and watch the Jetsons. They had FaceTime.
yes, and I guess what I'm getting to is imagination turned into creation,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you have been fortunate enough, if you're over the age of 35 right now, you have seen so much happen. In the time from when you were young to now, we've got electric cars. We've got cars who are about ready. They are driving themselves, but they're becoming more and more out there. I'm too much of a control freak. I don't trust that.
Yeah, that's not a car you will ever find me in.
Yeah, I might try to drive an electric car, but I'm not going to sit back and let the car drive me.
No.
Not unless I'm out somewhere in the open where there's nothing to hit, nothing that can hit me, anything like that. But definitely not in traffic because I'm just not that confident yet. But when we look at those leaps and bounds that technology has made, and then we bring it into the law enforcement aspect, and we look at what we're able to do now, we now have laser to measure time and distance. That's velocity, which equals speed, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't have to worry anymore. How do I know it was my car in your radar beam? Because a radar beam spreads out this far. It could be picking up. Nope, this is spot on. This is target. This is reliable science being put to use. We can now map out crime scenes and other areas, crashes and such. You got 3D photography. You've got drones who can be in the air and looking. There are all kinds of things that technology has come along with within our realm that assist us. And we put that to use. But there are also those people now that are taking that technology, and it brings us back to this scamming that you have what you believe is a real person on the line. I can tell you, folks, one of the things I fear is as often as I am on the public airways, my videos on Facebook and other, my voice and my likeness now can be recreated. And it's just like, you think it can't be done, you think it's not being done, it can be. So it could be in the future where your phone rings and it is the voice of, hi, I'm Captain Gosnell with the Frederick County Sheriff's Office. I wanted to let you know you have a warrant out for your arrest. And you're like, this sounds like the guy on Facebook. This must be real. That's scary thinking right there.
And that's when you have to say, really, Captain Gosnell, what's the name of the radio show that you do every month? And when that person can't answer it, it's not Gosnell.
Well, I wouldn't use that because they might have the answer.
Well,
because
that's true.
Again,
that could be where they got your audio.
Yeah, ask something personal that only Captain Gosnell would know. But then I don't know how you would know that to ask. But anyway, my point being, Janet, is this is the point in time where people are going to have to go just a little bit further and think, okay, why is the captain calling me on the phone?
Right.
Why is the captain texting me? Why isn't the captain here at my door saying, hey, we have a warrant for your arrest? Even if somehow he's going to say, here's how you can avoid us executing this warrant, but why is this taking place on the phone? Since when did that happen? Let's take it outside the realm of law enforcement. Someone saying you've got a bill overdue. Someone saying that your account at XYZ Bank is being hacked and they need to confirm it's you.
And they need you to move money from that account into another account in order to save your money.
It is sad that we are basically saying, don't trust the voice on the other side of the line. Don't trust the printed word in the text message. But it's absolutely true that this day and age, and it's why organizations are saying we're not going to conduct business this way. That's what you really need to know. Your organization is saying, hey, if there is any problem whatsoever with your account, we are not going to do this, or this.
Right.
Here's what we're going to do. And the one thing we do tell people is if you believe you're being scammed, you can tell the person or respond to the text and just respond, received, send. If they're on the phone, thank you so much, hang up. Now, go to an official website for your organization. Find the contact information there, not one that's sent to you as a link in any of this communication.
Go to your actual bank
You
website.
actually go to the website and you click on the contact us and go further from there. And most times you're going to find out, no ma'am, no sir, that's not us. Don't respond any further to that. And they're going to say, check this section of our website. It tells you how we would approach this situation.
Then do they call you? If somebody has stopped themselves, let's go that route first. If somebody has stopped themselves from being caught up in a scam, should they be then reporting that to the sheriff's office, to their local law enforcement?
Well, here's going to be the issue, Janet. A lot of the times when this is happening, this isn't a local actor.
True.
This isn't a suspect that is in our area. This is someone that's either states away or even oceans away from where we are. And so it's a matter of, yes, if you want to make that report, if you want to make someone aware, number one, make your organization aware.
Right.
Hey, just so you know.
Because they'll then put out on social and warn other people, hey, if you get this isn't us, but it's been brought to our attention.
It
that
might
people
be
are
their
getting.
system that's had the data breach.
Right.
And you may be the one letting them know, hey, you've had some type of breach. If you want to let your local law enforcement know, obviously do that. And so we can put out word, hey, we've heard this is going around. What you need to be aware of is it's probably not going to be a matter of, we're going to be able to turn around, do an investigation, and then, bring this bad guy to and we can only hope you didn't give up any funds or account information. At that point, if you have, then it becomes really between you and the organization, and most of them now have stopgaps and fraud prevention measures in place. But even if you do get taken and you do lose money in it, there's not going to be a whole lot. In most instances, your local law enforcement can do. The difference with that would be if you met somewhere face-to-face.
Right.
You met somewhere and you did an exchange. You gave a person money. You gave a person gift cards. You have an actual body in front of you that if we were to locate this person, we can bring you in and you be able to say, yep, that's them.
Ooh, a lineup.
Yeah.
I watch Law and Order. I know how that works.
So,
And so you just mentioned something, gift cards. Nobody on this planet, not a bank, not an electric company, not a water company,
not a law enforcement
a town
officer.
office, none of these places are ever, ever, ever going to accept gift cards as payment. But they use gift cards because they're practically untraceable.
Well, the fact of the gift card is what they're going to do is, again, you're never going to see the person face to face. They're going to say, okay, give us the serial number off the card. Now give us the PIN number. While you were on that phone call, the person helping this person, or even them, if they're good enough, has already entered that into the computer at the website and has already accessed the funds to that gift card. And before you hang up, the money's already been dispersed. So, again, the technological aspect of law enforcement, of the things that we're enjoying as a society, it's great. And there are plenty of people out there probably saying, screw that warrant. I I like doing my business. I like a handshake.
I got my dollar bills and a mason jar buried in the backyard.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean,
my dogs would dig them up. I wouldn't be able to do that either.
I've got a few bills stashed away too, and now I'm thinking, hey, gold and silver, just in case, and all this. So they're both sides of the coin. Keep it real, keep it simple, and then the people who want to take advantage of every little bit of convenience that technology offers. And so I wouldn't attempt to, nor do I think I could advise you on what is the right percentage.
You have to know that for yourself.
You have to know that keeping things, material things, could have its issues as well, because a lot of places now are, we don't accept cash,
right?
Or you want to make a reservation, you have to have the credit card account. There are all kinds of different things. So you have to know what you're willing to give up or be limited to. And on the other end of the spectrum, you need to realize just how easy it could be for the wrong person if they had just those little tidbits of information you're putting out there. If they got a hold of those, what they could do to you and your finances.
Just started the music. It's working. I know you can't hear it, but that means you got 60 seconds. Happy holidays.
Merry
Christmas. Coming back on the 30th. We're going to do another live show because the first of Thursday in January is a holiday.
Correct.
So they're going to get a double dose of you in
December.
Get
a double dose in December. December's double dose. And we'll talk about the New Year's holiday and the do's and don'ts of drinking and driving and such. We're always going to push that message. But between now and that time, remember, a lot of holiday parties, a lot of get-togethers. If you're going to be celebrating the season with alcoholic beverages or other materials that are now decriminalized and legal and such, then do so responsibly, because I would love to have you here for 2026 and all that Janet and I are going to bring to the airwaves. Now, I got to go feed the squirrel to keep things going.
I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon.